is nothing more unbearable than idleness. There is truth in wine and children. The hard work of the future will be pushing buttons. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. Nothing makes a man so adventurous as an empty pocket. The future depends on what you do today. The time for action is now. It's never too late to do something. Only he who controls himself is free. If you want the present to be different from the past, study the past. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Well done is better than well said. A friend is a gift you give yourself. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. He who does not like loneliness does not like freedom. Anything you can settle with money is cheap. You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop reading them. The one charm of the past is that it is in the past. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. The lie flies, and the truth limps after it. In times of war, the law falls silent. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. No man becomes rich unless he enriches others. Without courage, wisdom bears no fruit. Manage your mood, because if it does not obey, then it commands. To give out someone else's secret is betrayal. To give out yours is stupidity. We must bring our own light to the darkness. When in doubt, tell the truth. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. The best is always the enemy of the good. Children learn by an adult's example, not by their words. First, think. Second, believe. Third, dream. And finally, dare. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. The thing you think about determines the quality of your mind. Most so-called failures are only temporary defeats. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Men cheat because they don't feel needed. Women because they don't feel loved. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Often the lies that are believed become the truth. In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. All that we are is the result of our thoughts. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. Be equally indifferent to blame and praise. Men are moved by two levers only: fear and self-interest. Never put off till tomorrow the fun you can have today. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. Learn first, teach later. He who builds on the people builds on the mud. Marrying is not at all difficult. It is difficult to be married. Treat your parents as you would like your children to treat you. Intuition is something that is ahead of accurate knowledge. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. What Paul says about Peter tells us more about Paul than about Peter. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. The saints are the sinners who keep on trying. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Intellect is invisible to the man who has none. You may turn into an archangel, a fool, or a criminal. No one will see it. But when a button is missing, everyone sees that. Anything you dream is fiction, and anything you accomplish is science. The whole history of mankind is nothing but science fiction. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. Do the hard jobs first. The easy jobs will take care of themselves. Live every day as your last, because one of these days it will be. The greatest victory is victory over yourself. Control your finances, or lack of them will control you. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. If a man is as wise as a serpent, he can afford to be as harmless as a dove. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Receive without conceit. Release without struggle. Progress is impossible without change. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Much is expected from that to whom much is given. Since we're all going to die, it's obvious that when and how don't matter. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Do not look back when leaving. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. The fact that people do not learn from the mistakes of history is the most important lesson of history. People, in essence, do not grow up. They only get old. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. The world is boring for boring people. The secret to being creative alone. Ideas are born in loneliness. No gains without pains. Compromise is the best and cheapest lawyer. We learn not in school, but in life. A man only begins to be valued when he is no longer there. When they give you lined paper, write the other way. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Smile. Today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. No wise man ever wished to be younger. A truth is not hard to kill. A lie told well is immortal. Recognizing a problem is half the success in solving it. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become. Problems cannot be solved with the same level of thinking that created them. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. It is unrealistic to expect people to see you as you see yourself. A donkey loaded with gold will open the gates of any fortress. Only those who can afford not to lie are free. He can do anything who thinks that he can do anything. Above all things, respect yourself. Give a man power, and you will find out who he is. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. One can always be kind to people about whom one cares nothing. Keep busy It's the cheapest kind of medicine there is on this earth, and one of the best. Nothing